Hello, I'm IBX Toycat and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you some mysteriously missing features from Minecraft console version. And if you're wondering exactly what I mean by that, basically whenever the console version updates, it updates to a PC version equivalent. So, it could update to 1.1, then to 1.2, then to 1.3, and then to where we currently are, which is 1.6 from the PC. It updates to the exact equivalent and brings in all of the features from the PC, except for sometimes where they'll leave a feature mysteriously missing without any explanation in the changelog, no responding to anyone who asks. And that's a, kind of suspicious, kind of weird thing, but that basically means there are some missing features that the Minecraft console should have, but that it currently doesn't, and those are some features I wanted to talk about today. So today I'm going to be showing you 5 of those features, I'm going to be talking about how they work, and I'm going to be explaining why they might be missing from the game. So please do like it if you do like it, because this is a little bit of a cross between a feature preview, like I usually do on Fridays, and a little bit of cross between that and some speculation, and a hopefully fun video in general. So yeah, please do like it if you do like it. But let's get straight into the first feature that I want to show you, which is actually going to be a 1.3 feature that a lot of people were really looking forward to. And that is actually a brand new game mode. So as well as just survival and creative, there is also on PC the hardcore game mode. So this came with 1.3 on the PC, and basically what it allows you to do, you can probably tell just in the description there, is it makes it so when you die, you don't just, you don't lose all your items, you don't just lose all your XP, you have one life, and once it's gone, the world forces you, it doesn't just ask politely, it forces you to delete it. And on top of that, you're locked into hard difficulty, there's no way to change it, there's no cheats, there's no anything like that. And let's see if we can jump off a hill enough times to die. And yeah, it's a really, really crazy way to play the game because it just means everything has a, an intense, kind of thing to it. So the reason that I think this is missing from the game right now is because on the 360 and the PS3, there is no autosave enabled. There's no even option for that. And, that could mean that people could just kind of cheat the game by just exiting out saving or turning off their console if they do die. I think on the Xbox One and the PS4, this is probably an option for the future, because, they haven't been around for too long since they skipped hardcore mode, and I think for all consoles, this should at least be an option, and if you want to do that, you can. So, here's what happens when you die in hardcore mode. It says you cannot respawn in hardcore mode. There's no, close the game, there's no any of that, it's just delete world, and then, if you look back to my single player, it's gone, or at least it should be. I pressed delete world, but yeah, so, unless it's a glitch in which, it's just gone, the world's deleted, it's gone, I have to go delete it now, and now it's going to be gone forever. So, yeah, that's hardcore, just gone, I died, it's gone, and that's done forever. So, the next thing I want to show off to you is just a weird glitch that's showing me this background. It's basically not a game mode, but it is another world option. And this is actually custom superflats. So this is one that is definitely coming. This is a 1.4 feature that they have confirmed is coming in the next update. So that's pretty cool. But I wanted to talk about a little bit about how it works, because I've mentioned this once in one video, but it is still a really cool thing. So as well as having presets, which are basically loads of extra, superflats, because there's this one, which is just, the grass and the bedrock, we all know. But there's also Tunneler's Dream, where it's 230 layers of stone with all the extra things you can find. So if you love mining, which is something I actually quite like to do, this is great for you. There's Water World, which is filled with water. There's an overworld-based one. There's Snowy Kingdom, Bottomless Pit, Desert, and Redstone Ready. There's a bunch of really, really cool things, and in particular, I want to show off the, let's show off the Bottomless, actually Snowy Kingdom, because it basically means that you can use these presets, or you can modify them yourself, and you can make worlds which are just much more suitable for you. So, let's go in Creator. You can make a superflat that's much more suitable for you. So if you want to make like a snowy village, but you don't want to deal with flattening land, here's how you do it. So now you can start building from scratch. As you can see, it's a superflat world, but a couple of small changes of having snow on the top of every layer, being a snowy biome, and also having all these layers underneath. So yeah, superflat gets a lot more interesting for builders. This is great in general, and yeah, this is a cool new feature that is definitely coming with the next update. So we don't have to speculate too much on whether or not it's coming, which is always nice, of course. So let's move on to the next feature, shall we? Which is actually going to have to go back to this original world right here. And this is one that is, the biggest, topic of debate every time it comes up, because it is the Furqan Quill. So this is a 1.3 feature, along with hardcore again, that basically allows you to write your own book. So this is crafted from an ink sac and a book. And basically, the big reason for this is that it requires you to type. So on the PC, I can just type, I am writing a book. Toycat is a really swell guy, like his his videos. I can just type that, and then I can be like, map rules, and then I can tell people to do this stuff. But on a console, this is a lot more difficult. Imagine how long it takes you to do this sort of stuff, like game mode, No, creative only. I don't know why that'd be a map rule. But yeah, imagine how long it'd take you to type this sort of stuff up in creative, and then once you're done with it, you sign it, and then it's a permanent book. This is really cool for map... Okay, look, book title, book. Oh, I spelled book wrong, but let's leave it. So, you know, although this is a really cool feature on PC, and it could be cool for map makers aren't exactly the people 4J are catering to the most, because you're not officially allowed to download maps, and it means that, you know, although it's cool to have this book, and it's a cool concept that you can have, like, you can have many, many pages of books. On the console, typing up those books is an awful experience. They've even mentioned themselves, this is the reason they're not bringing them in, because, you know, the typing them up be awful. I think because now they're in different, you know, command, they report directly to Microsoft rather than through Mojang as well as Microsoft. So I think maybe we have some room in the future for the book and quill coming, because they do want the PC version to be, and the console version to kind of be parallel. I think that would be one of the features that kind of makes sense, but, you know, we'll have to see. I don't imagine this will be coming out anytime soon, but there is still some hope for the book and quill. It is a pretty cool feature, and I think a lot of people will be happy to see it. So let's head out the world for one more world option, which wasn't included in the console. We seem to be missing a lot of these, if you'll notice, even though we did get the adventure mode, which is interesting, which isn't even a proper mode on PC, which is why that's so weird to me. But yeah, the final thing I want to show off is actually another world option. And it's another world type, kind of like the, you know, custom super flats. And what it is it's large biomes. So this is one that I can... this is a 1.3 feature that really makes a lot of sense. So let's just, let's type in IBX Toycat, because it's really hard to get a point of how this works on any seed. But basically, the idea is that, you know, a normal-sized biome is pretty big in Minecraft console. Like, it's a reasonably big thing. But when you have large biomes on, you'll start to see some ridiculous stuff, like the biomes will just go on forever and ever, and it's basically a way, if you don't like having small biomes, if that's not your thing, then basically that's what the large biomes world is for. It makes every biome much, much bigger. It means you can have jungles, which are literally the size of Minecraft console maps, and although that is cool for some people, I think on, you know, on the console, you need the biome diversity, and I think the large biomes world type, maybe on the Xbox One and PS4 will be a thing, but I don't see it making sense on the last-gen consoles. One thing I do think might be coming as an adaptation of this is a small biomes world type, because, you know, having a you know, a forest which is, you know, 300 blocks by 300 blocks, that's not too useful on a last gen console. But oh, I've got creative on. I didn't even realize that. But, by the way, look at these beaches, they're just ridiculous. But, yeah, although having a 300 by 300 forest isn't useful on consoles, having, you know, much smaller biomes, so you can have much more different types of biomes, so you can experience all those new biomes, is something that I think makes a lot of sense, and it's one of those theories I have that they could be doing, because, you know, rather than bringing large biomes, which makes no sense, why not do the opposite, because that makes much more sense too. But yeah, that's just all I have to say about this feature. It's a 1.3 feature, so it's been 2 updates since they brought it in, or yeah, to update the update they should brought it in, then the update after. I don't see much hope for this game, this mode in particular. I'd say it's probably one of the least likely after Book and Quill, but there is a little bit of hope. I just don't think it's one anyone's really hoping for. So, yeah, let's move on to the final feature, which you probably saw earlier in the follow-out IBX Toycat world. And that is all of these command blocks all over these places. So, command blocks, again, another 1.4 feature that are just mysteriously missing, except they're not entirely missing, because they are sitting inside the code. So, if you don't know, on the 360 and the One, and probably on the PS4/PS3 versions of the game, you can actually go into the files, and you can mod yourself to have a command block like this. And command blocks, pretty much, it's a feature that you won't ever experience if you're just a survival player. This is pretty much specifically for map makers, specifically, you know, for map makers who want maps for download and creative only, because basically what they can do is you can type commands into them and you can use them. So I think the reason they're not on console is because there isn't a system to support commands. Like, we don't have a chat where we can just say, like, hey, we just don't have this option, so we can't type the game mode stuff. And even if we could, it would be really, really difficult. So I think, because 1.9 is bringing the GUI for these blocks, so let me actually go to creative. Actually, I've got a block that will do that for me. Or do I? No, I have a block that will be fish. So if we just quickly go to creative, as you can see, you have to use a command just to get creative, just to be able to use them. You'll see that you can actually go in here and you have to type in a command that'll do it. So that is a lot of effort on the consoles to go through this right now. It just doesn't make a bunch of sense. So yeah, I imagine what's going to happen is there is going to be an updated version of this that will just have a simple, like, you know, instead of having all of this, it will just be like, what do you want to do? Do you want to target which one of these 4? Then it'll be like, what do you want to do to them? Give them money? Sorry, no, don't give them money. Give them item. Give the, you know, change difficulty. Give them, teleport them. You can do all these sorts of things. So by the way, just a show off a few blocks. This command block here can change difficulty to peaceful. This one can kill Toy Cat. We also have a couple of other command blocks here. We have one that can change the time to 100, so you can always keep the daylight at certain times. And then there's a final one just over here that gives me 10 raw fish. So I can just keep giving myself raw fish over and over again. Not that there's too much point to me doing that, but it's something I can do. And that's basically the command block feature in a nutshell. It can do any command, which means they're very powerful blocks. I think right now on console, they would be a tricky add, but I think, at some point, these are a real feature that can enable you to make next level maps and next level stuff like that. And although that might not be their goal right now, when they introduce realms, they might, it might be in their interest to make people want to have good maps. That's what I think anyway, so I imagine if realms does come in the next update, command blocks will come with there too. But that's just my opinion, of course. So to round up this video, I think Furqan Quill, not very likely. Large biomes, not very likely. But I think all the other features I mentioned are pretty likely. And super flat, customized super flat is 100% confirmed for the next update. So thank you for watching the video. I hope you did like it. Like it if you did like it. Share it if you really liked it. And subscribe if you're new around here. I do all sorts of Minecraft console videos, just like this one every single day. And if you subscribe, you'll see them on your homepage. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.